Hi everyone in English 1301, it's Dr. E and I'm here with your week 7 instructional video. So I'm just going to jump right in and go to D2L. Alright, so if we go to the content area, we're going to take a look at the week 7 module, which is right here, and I put some notes at the top that there have been a few changes. I was looking through the scheduling and wanted to rearrange just a bit to make sure that we're hitting all that we need and including all the information that is useful. So I've delayed something this week until next week, which hopefully works for you, but just take a look and see. So for this week, we're going to read The Annoying Ways People Use Sources. It's an article by Stedman, and then you're going to watch a TED Talk by Sam Cass, which is entitled Want Kids to Learn Well, Feed Them Well. Really, really interesting talk. So you're watching the instructional video. There's also a video for the portfolio assignment, so take some time to look at that. That is the assignment that I moved to next week because I thought, well, I haven't even shared the instructions with them. So watch that for next week. And then you'll have a multimedia project video. That's not something that's due this week or next week, but it's something I want you to start thinking about now. It's a fun way for us to end the semester, so just take your time looking at that when you're able. All right, you do have a small group discussion prompt that you're going to write towards by Thursday. And of course, there's a participation quiz, and then we have a bonus credit assignment, but that's not due for a few weeks. I just wanted to put it out there, especially if this is a slower week in our course or in other courses. You can maybe get some of that bonus assignment work out of the way if it's something that you're interested in. Okay, so if we scroll down and take a look, you're watching what will be number 1 here, of course. This is the instructional video for the portfolio assignment, and then the multimedia project video is right here. Some things to review. So I have a link here for Cass's video, as well as to Stedman's article, Annoying Ways People Use Sources. I can't stress how helpful this article is. It really helps us when we're thinking about including research and some of the pitfalls of including research in academic writing, because it can be confusing. It's a lot. There's a lot of responsibility on our shoulders as students, scholars, and writers to make sure we're including that research to support our ideas, but we want to get a sense of what to avoid. So Stedman really goes into detail about those things we need to avoid. All right, there are the guidelines and rubric for the multimedia project here, as well as the portfolio rubric. So those are going to connect to these instructional videos. All right, so we do have a discussion this week. If you take a look at the week 7 area, I have some reminders here, some information. So we're usually tasked with including research when it comes to academic writing. So it's not only supporting our ideas, but it's also signaling to our audience that we have knowledge about the topic, and it's also helping our audience understand the topic. So we have to imagine a general audience that maybe don't have all the information we have. Maybe they didn't read this article or watch this video. We need to show them what we know and use research in that way to help support our ideas. So Stedman in his article is going to share, a handful of what he calls annoyances when it comes to academic writing and using research. It's just a really good guide. Make sure you're keeping that in mind as you're reading it. But I want you to kind of take that work and apply it to Sam Cass's TED Talk. Write 3 paragraphs, maybe 4 at most, and we're going to follow a 3-step process of summarizing, analyzing, and connecting, okay? This is something where we throw these words around a lot, so I thought it might be helpful to provide just a bit more information because summary seems so basic, right? But it can snowball, right? We can think, oh, I have to include every single thing, or, we maybe aren't focusing on the the very specific main points. So hopefully this will help. A summary is straightforward. It's identifying the author or speaker. You're going back and giving that person credit. You're not making any judgment about the work. You are just relaying the facts of, what it is you're reading or listening to. And analysis is going to push beyond that summary to provide more context, focusing on, how the text looks or how it reads or how you watch it, the choices that are made by the author or speaker, because just as we're making choices about the things that we're focusing on, the author has done the same, right? The author has a specific purpose in mind. So what is their agenda? What are they looking to do? That's more, along the lines of analysis. You come in the third section of the connections. That's for you as the student scholar to really think critically about, the author's or speaker's ideas. What are the critical implications? How do they relate to you or to another topic? Okay. So in that one paragraph of 6 to 7 sentences, including at least a quote, you're going to summarize Cass's talk. And this is ensuring that you focus on what he shares without your own value judgments. It can be so hard to write a paragraph and not include like, oh, this is a really great talk, because just the facts. You are standing in front of a courtroom and you're just giving the background, right? All right, there's a link here also that may help in terms of thinking about summary. So something to review if you have some time. It can be really helpful. This I thought was a really helpful site. Okay, so if I'm going back to our discussion, the second paragraph, is analyzing, right? With 6 to 7 sentences, we're including research in all of our paragraphs, right? An analysis, by the editors of our text is defined as, a detailed breakdown or other explanation of some aspect or aspects of a text. An analysis helps readers understand the meaning of a text. So I put your goal here is to help your audience understand Cass's ideas in a way that employs critical thinking and not summary. So think about rhetorical reading. This is a definition that may, help this all make a bit more sense. So these are questions that are great to answer and think about when we're thinking beyond summary, so the tone of the piece, what's the author's purpose, what's the main idea, who is this person, right? We're pushing beyond just a basic summary. All right, and then finally, make your own connection with Cass's ideas, or consider a food-related issue that you feel is worthy of attention, right? He's arguing about this particular topic. What's one that you think is really important? But just make sure you're coming back to Cass's ideas in that paragraph, right? You need to give your audience an idea of, well, how does this connect back to what he's saying, right? All right. So you'll need to respond to at least 2 colleagues and answer their question, because you're going to create a thoughtful, thought-provoking question. So you're going to answer at least 2 other folks' questions, okay? All right, so that is the discussion for this week. Additionally, nothing new here. We have a participation quiz. We always do, right? So that's based on the videos for this week, this video, the multimedia video. How about the random word for this week is broom? Looking at a broom in my office. So watch those videos, take some time, take breaks in between all of this work so that everything is not just going in one ear, out the other, whatever the meaning is. Good luck this week, but let me know if you have questions. Post in that Q&A discussion board, or you can shoot me an email. But we're already at week 7. Y'all, we're in a 12-week course and we're in week 7, so that's shocking. So good luck this week.